With millions of YouTube channels, lovers of the weird, wacky, and what the choose Talks a Lot Entertainment. This is Dix News U.S.
Hello and welcome to Dix News U.S. Thank you for joining us tonight on Talks a Lot Entertainment. Make sure you're subscribed and that you hit that like button. We do have some very, very interesting stories for you this evening. But before we begin, let's say hello to the chat. We've got Jason Fox. What's up, bro? We had a great time on the show this morning, even if it was very brief, but it was awesome nonetheless. And hail to John Edgar. Great to see you once again today. I do hope you enjoy the show because we got a lot of what the fuck to go around, ladies and gentlemen. We really, really do. Excuse me while I guzzle down some water. Anyway, yeah, so I made the outro for the live streams, but I haven't uploaded it yet. So that's like what I'm doing right now. So while we're doing that, I just would like to say we've got some wonderful people both in the YouTube community and gracing our chat, and we're having a great time, honestly. So let's keep on growing and let's keep on going. But anyway, I forgot to share the screen. Man, I'm on top of it today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeedy do. Just waiting for the videos so I can do this without this thing fucking up. I'm having a lot of my side problems with StreamYards because I'm trying to do too much at one time. Honestly, I am. Anyway, now back over to the chat. We have One Man Show. Saw him this morning too. Nice to see you, sir. Great to have you. All right, Vince Womack, greetings and salutations. Hail, sir. Hail to the max. What is up? Yeah, I've got some really, really, like, wow. Josiah Robinson. It's a pleasure to see you, my big-footed friend. Yes. Anyway, yeah, like, we seem to like occasionally have to go over some ridiculous lawsuits. All right. And this isn't a ridiculous lawsuit. It's just a ridiculous lawsuit, even though it is the other thing too. And why do I say that? Because a judge ruled that it's a wash in a Pontiac court battle over a transgender person's testicles. Yes, lawsuits over a woman's testicles, according to this, but that's like not how that works. But anyway, so yeah. A person's testicles is the focus of a Detroit lawsuit. What? Proud to be an American. Anyway, let's check this out, shall we? Anyway, in Pontiac, a district court judge Wednesday denied a pair of dueling $6,500 small claims petitions that centered around a transgender woman's attempts to get her surgically removed testicles back after they were kept for months in her ex-boyfriend's refrigerator. I'm just going to let that sink in for a moment. They were kept for months in an ex-boyfriend's refrigerator. Goodness gracious. Snail Messiah says, good place to store 'em. Hail to the snail. Like, let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Jason Fox says, the fuck? All right. Yeah, but yeah. During a contentious small claims court hearings in Pontiac's 50th district, Judge Jeremy Bowie, no relation to David, though he wishes he were. He ruled that it's a wash after hearing testimony from Kingsley, 40, and her 37-year-old ex, William Wood. That is a Polish name if I've ever seen one. Just saying. Got no problems with the Polacks, but make it easier to pronounce. Okay? Okay, good talk. Good talk. Anyway, Kingsley filed a handwritten small claims petition in August claiming that what's-his-fuck retains possession of my surgically extracted testicles preserved in a mason jar kept in the fridge next to some eggs and demand the immediate return of my human remains specimen and damages of $6,500. One man's show says, just when I started to think I had seen the weirdest, I should have known better. I am always bringing you guys stuff that makes you do this. You're always like, what the fuck? And that's the whole point. I mean, seriously, John Edgar, you know, I'm bringing you this stuff because ain't nobody else going to talk about this. And it's like, what? What is going on right now? I have no idea. Vince said, oh my God, I was so close. And I say, that's what she said. But I don't have one of those fancy things where you push the buttons. It just, here I am anyway. Yeah. Shall we continue? Yes. What's-his-fuck filed a counterclaim seeking $6,500 in damages because he said he had been humiliated by coverage of the case by worldwide news outlets. Well, what's your fuck? Maybe you should make better life choices. Honestly. Anyway, Bowie denied both claims, a decision he said Wednesday can't be appealed. The judge said Kingsley had an opportunity to get her testicles back when an Oakland County Sheriff's deputy accompanied her to what's-his-fuck Pontiac home in January of 2023. So this person's been trying to get their testicles back since 2023. That's fun. When the deputy escorted Kingsley to the house, Kingsley had just gotten out of the Oakland County Jail, where Kingsley had been incarcerated for 3 days and fined $100 for violating a personal protection order against what's-his-fuck had filed. All right. This does not sound like a functional individual. I'm just saying, okay? He had a restraining order against this person, and what's-his-fuck was like, yo, stay away from me. And then this crazy person's all like, I just want my balls back. One man's show says, I doubt reattachment is a viable option. Probably not. But I would like to say, what the fuck is going on with people in Detroit? Detroit, Cock City, Ball City, like, what the fuck city? Anyway, this is where it gets really weird, okay? All right. We allow a one-time visit with a sheriff's officer in situations like that for people who go back and get their belongings. Miss Kingsley failed to retrieve the testicles from the refrigerator at that time. If they were so important to her, she had the opportunity to grab her balls and run off. But instead, what's-his-fuck said he threw the body parts away in July. They were rotting in my fridge, and it was disgusting. I've got food in there I wanted to eat, what's-his-fuck told the judge. She didn't keep them in a biohazard container like she was supposed to. Just put them in some Tupperware and just shove it right there next to the eggs. So who would get confused? I mean, honestly, it's not a bad thing. The fuck? Anyway, Vince Womack says, how is he supposed to give the balls back with a PPO? They had a one-time visit. That is allowed by the judge. Anyway, one man show said, wanting to scratch a phantom testicle itch, maybe. Perhaps. Snail Messiah says, this is starting to sound like Chris Chan. If you say so. No comprende. John Edgar says, man, humanity and civilization itself is going to hell in a handbasket. You are correct, sir. Thank you for your glorious and obvious observation. Anyway, so they had been since they had been discarded, the judge said he was unable to grant the request and that they be returned to her, and he asked why she'd receive the $6,500 figure. Specifically, why I asked you. I can put a dollar amount on, say, if you were missing work for $16 an hour, Bowie said. But as to testicles, I can't really put a number on it. Kingsley, who clutched a small black comfort dog throughout the hearing like a bitch, said the March 23rd, 2022 surgery at Henry Ford Hospital cost $20,000. Although she said it because she's disabled, the state footed the bill. So the judge asks once again, why the fuck would you get any money out of this? And then to move on slightly, the judge said, fuck you, we're not doing this. But now we're going to go down to this. Okay, yeah. The quote of the night from Kingsley. They were my testicles. We're talking about my nuts. I wanted them in my fridge, not his. He denied me access to my own body parts, and I don't think that can be quantified. The damages were the loss of these nuts. Yeah. I just wanted to let that sink in. They were my testicles. They were talking about my nuts. I wanted them in my fridge, not his. He denied me access to my own body parts. Does this sound like the mind of a rational individual? I think not. Anywho, John Edgar says the state footed the bill for this? We taxpayers funded this? Dude, what the fuck? I agree. Vince Womack says he should pay the $20,000 back. I agree. He's nuts. Right. Christian Delorme, hail. He says, all right, I'm getting my second dose of Corey. Today's a good day. Glad to hear. One Man Show says, you would be surprised at some of the things will and will not pay for. The state will not. Yeah, you're not kidding, dude. You're not kidding. I get $1,000 in dental work a year when I was on Medicaid. And I got to tell you, them footing the bill of $20,000 for some nuts to get removed. Damn. Captain, have fun. Hail. To the man who's ripped and wearing spandex. Love it. Anyway, Toxic Man Flu. Hail, sir. Pleasure to see you. In case you missed this riveting quote of the night, I will once again read it. They were my testicles. We're talking about my nuts. I wanted them in my fridge, not his. He denied me access to my own body parts, and that can't be quantified. The damage is the loss of these nuts. Of these nuts. Wow. I'm glad you got to share in that quote. But anyway, according to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the Medicaid program covers medically necessary gender affirmation and confirmation, medical, surgical, and pharmacological treatments, and procedures for beneficiaries clinically diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Medicaid is the government health and insurance coverage for most low-income residents. Yeah, you shouldn't fucking pay for that. You dirty, dirty bastards. Fuck. Anyway, Radioactive, hail. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend. Indeed. Vince says, especially since this is a selective surgery, the state shouldn't pay. Indeed. It treats gender dysphoria, which is far better treated with mental health care beforehand. Just saying. Just saying. And I'm saying this as a mental health care professional, previous, whatever you want to call it. I was never really professional with my attitude. I can't be professional. That's why I don't do it. Gosh. Anyway, yeah. At one point during the hearing on Wednesday, the judge told Kingsley to stop interrupting him, saying, "I've been patient enough," because she kept being a stupid person. After the surgery, Kingsley put her testicles in a mason jar and stored them in a refrigerator because I deal with trauma with comedy. Shakespeare did it. Shakespeare never once cut his balls off, put them in a mason jar, and put them in a refrigerator, because I got news for you. One, that wasn't socially acceptable behavior back when Shakespeare was alive. Two, they didn't have refrigerators like that back when Shakespeare was alive, and mason jar wasn't even invented yet. So you're a fucking moron. That's how you deal with things through comedy, you psycho fuck. Anyway, What's-a-fuck said he denied her entry the second time because he felt like she was harassing him. The judge said he had the right to do so, and since she's already been allowed earlier that month. A month earlier. Anyway, Wednesday morning, he said that the charges of destruction of property. Wow. After she allegedly damaged What's-his-fuck's front door. This individual cannot, I can't, it breaks my brain every time I try to say her testicles or something like that. Excuse me. But it's just one of those things. It's like, what? Radioactive says, if they didn't have mason jars, did they have Dixon jars? Boom. Great joke. Great joke about the Mason-Dixon line. I guess. I mean, if that's your kind of humor, I suppose that can be funny. I suppose. Jason Fox is laughing his ass off. That's good. That's good. That is good. And now for a little dose of racism. At least, according to some. Spectrum Call Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, reportedly provided fried chicken and watermelon to employees for Juneteenth. One employee was recorded as saying, "Man, they assholes." But she was good. Anyway, so for Juneteenth, which I think for some people is called Emancipation Day or whatever the fuck it is. I should learn my history, but I don't know. Anyway, Juneteenth, celebration of, Black freedom and stuff. And they're all like, you want fried chicken and watermelon? It's like, oh, well, thank you. Who doesn't love fried chicken and watermelon? So anyway, this is quite amusing to me. Oh, the insensitivity. These people is so bad. The staff at Spectrum Call Center in West Arrowwood Road in Charlotte are fuming over being delivered fried chicken and watermelon on Juneteenth, the day that commemorates the liberation of enslaved people in Galveston, Texas in 1865, following the Civil War and President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation 2 years prior. After publishing the story earlier, we did manage to snag a photo of what the call center was serving them. Here it is. Fried chicken and watermelon. Dude, I would eat that shit. I don't know. Vince Womack says, sounds like something Biden would do. This is true. Jason Fox says, good stuff. And who would say no to free food? For real, it is good food. Like, y'all need to be less sensitive. For fucking serious. For fucking real. Oh my gosh. Anyway, as a veteran of many call center for nearly 30 years, I 100% believe this. Indeed, John Edgar. Well, I don't doubt this for a second. But anyway, let's jump right into it. Let's see. In his message, Pizzuto failed to offer a direct apology for offending Black staff members. Instead, he stated, our team works very hard to provide engaging events while acknowledging the validity of the concerns raised by the employee. We want to acknowledge some feedback received regarding our Juneteenth celebration. Pizzuto said, although our intent was to celebrate this nationally recognized day, some of you voiced concerns over the associated food choices. I don't see why you would. That's really fucking good food. All right. I think that's the entirety, of the article. But I just wanted to go over that, like they served watermelon and fried chicken at Juneteenth. And I in all my racist ass shit, don't see why that's a problem. I would get down on that. I'd be like, yeah, I guess it's like, it could be seen as insensitive, but that's some good fucking food. Like protein and lots of good natural sugars and that's good shit. Good shit. Captain Have Fun says homemade fried chicken is great. I agree. I love some homemade fried chicken. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Vince Womack says, and this was the last time the company provided special food for special events. Indeed. Indeed. From now on, it's pizza for everything. From Little Caesars. $5 hot and fresh quarter pizza. That didn't get dropped on the floor. Anyway, Captain Have Fun says, I'm super mixed, but tons of white people love fried chicken and watermelon. I know, right? I grew watermelon on my farm for decades. Well, I mean, I don't know why the stereotype exists that's associated with black people, because I know way more white people that enjoy that stuff than black people do, than the black people that I know do. And it doesn't look like they did terrible. Maybe that's from like a King Soopers, Safeway, Albertsons, whatever you have in your region. But Christian Delorme says, did they serve cream soda too? I'm not familiar with that being a racial tie. I know grape Kool-Aid or grape drank is always a good choice. That's a good one. I also enjoy those. So no bashing on that. That's delicious. Tasty, tasty. And we don't appear to have any play over on the Rumble side. So if you're over on the Rumble side, feel free to say hello in the chat. It does pop up and I can highlight it. Yes, yes, indeed. Man. So next comes the party bus. And boy, are you guys in for some shit. You might have heard about this already. I don't know. But here we go. A bus in Pennsylvania found carrying animals used for alleged bestiality. Driver arrested. As if that were not extreme enough. Yeah. And hail to Vince Womack over on the Rumble side. Nice to see you, sir. Captain Have Fun says, when I first heard the fried chicken and watermelon jokes, I didn't get them because I'd see far more whites eating KFC and everyone I knew grew watermelon were white. Well, not every stereotype makes sense. But for now, we are talking bestiality bus, otherwise known as the party bus. Yes, the party bus. Adams County, Pennsylvania. Dozens of animals are now being cared for by Adams County SPCA after a disabled vehicle call in Pennsylvania became something much more shocking. According to the organization, staff were called to the scene on Saturday near Red Hill Road after it was discovered that a trailer that the bus was hauling was carrying numerous animals. When they arrived, local SPCA stated that the animals were also found on the bus itself. In total, 30 birds, including roosters, ducks, chickens, turkeys, were seized from the vehicle, along with 3 German Shepherds and 1 Australian Shepherd. During the investigation, SPCA officials discovered that those birds were being fed to the 4 dogs found inside the vehicle. A bull and pony were also located in the trailer, according to staff used for bestiality purposes in another state. Wow. Eastern Adams Regional Police, who called for the assistance of Adams County SPCA, said the driver on the bus, Sean Hirschbein, anyway, was arrested for an outstanding warrant in West Virginia. Officials state that the warrant was for charges related to Hirschbein allegedly distributing obscene material to minors. Ooh, he looks like one of those guys. Dirty fuck. Anyway, at this time, Hirschbein is currently being held in Adams County Prison, waiting for extradition to West Virginia. It is currently unclear what charges Hirschbein may face, if any, for the treatment of the animals on the bus. Adams County SPCA states that they will be closed until further notice due to the mass intake and care of all animals involved in this case, and they are not available for adoption currently. Due to the sudden intake, the staff says donations are essential. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to report that the sex animals are not for adoption. Yeah. Welcome to the world we live in. Fuck. Christian Delorme says sheep's accepted. No. Blech. John Edgar says, oh my God, West Virginia, huh? Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Yeah. Christian Delorme says, talk about fucking the dog. No shit. Captain Have Fun says, I have a German Shepherd. She's a year old. Super sweet. Stories like this make me feel ill. Our host is stronger than me. I can't read the article. Yes, well, I will say that this person is a walking piece of trash. Trash. Anyway, Vince Womack says the animals first have to go through therapy. Extensive therapy. And Jason Fox says, this is fucked up. I agree. And because, you know, what happened on the bus. But anyway, that joke is in poor taste. But, like, look at the state of this bus. Like, how would it be legal for this thing to be cruising on the road in the first place? You can't, like, what? Man, roosters and dogs and, like, there's a turkey. There's a turkey. Snail Messiah says, I like thrash. Thrash metal is good. I mean, I won't lie. Like, this person is one of the most disgusting people I've heard of in a long time. But even more disgusting than this individual is the individuals who partook in these cases of party busing. That's really gross. No. I just want to say I'm really sick of The Guardian asking me to pay for something. Like, yeah, I may have read 45 articles in the last month, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying you. You guys suck. Ugh. Anyway, John Edgar says, I'd take in one of those poor dogs. I lost my beloved 14-year-old mixed breed border collie, Maggie. I miss her very, very badly. She was a good girl. Well, rest in peace, Maggie. And John Edgar, I hope you find another good dog, whether it be a boy or a girl, because there's no in-betweens. Even after the balls are chopped off. Oh, man. I know this is a conversation between people in the chat, but it's on my live stream, so boom! Captain Have Fun is having a son on January 4th. Wife had an ultrasound, and the heartbeat is strong. Hell yeah, congratulations. Proud papa, Captain Have Fun. Oh my gosh. Being a parent is fantastic, except for when they poop and puke on you. But that's, you get over that. It's great. It's fantastic. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. Hail. Yeah, Snail Messiah. Woo! John Edgar says, thanks. That was just 2 weeks ago. The asshole upstairs tried to break into my apartment, screaming and banging on my door. Scared her so bad she had a heart attack. Cops didn't give a shit. Not surprised. Stupid. Jason Fox says, whoop, whoop. Speaking of Captain Have Fun, not so much of the dog dying. I apologize for the contextual misplacement of those two comments. Man. Snail Messiah says, congratulations on the coming in the right place. For coming in the right place. Damn. Anyway. So now we're going to talk about our glorious leaders in the United States. Nothing too political. We're not going to go deep into the Biden and Trump love fest that's going on everywhere. I don't have the energy for that right now. I really don't. But I do totally have the energy to talk about a couple of, what are they? Are they senators? Representatives. Okay. Okay, so these are a couple of state representatives, and they act like fucking children. All right? Like fucking children. All right. Vermont Republicans secretly poured water into a colleague's bag over months. Thank you for acting like you're 12. Gosh. Vermont lawmaker was compelled to apologize publicly after being caught on video pouring water into her colleague's work bag multiple times over several months. The bizarre behavior is allegedly a part of a campaign of harassment that one legislator aimed at another who represents the same district in the Green Mountain State. Excuse me. Anyway, the Republican representative, Mary Morrissey, 67, confessed to dumping water into the bag of Democratic legislator Jim Carroll, 62. She later apologized because she had to. Oh, I got caught. Now I have to apologize. Oh my gosh. Like, why in the fuck is it that our leaders on a local level are fucking stupid? Okay, out here in Vermont, we got this Morrissey lady who's just dumping water into some dude's bag, like because of some petty party bullshit. I don't care what your politics are. That's childish behavior, and you're supposed to be better than that if you're leading the country / state / people in your fucking area. Like, grow the fuck up, bitch. Like, seriously. I don't care how truly ashamed of your actions you are, Morrissey. Like, why the fuck are you acting like that at 67 years old? Give me a fucking break. Anyway, and of course, I could say a billion things about Boobert in Colorado, her and her promiscuity and talking about family bonds and stuff, and like, she's a fucking hypocrite. She's a Karen, probably. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm just going to blanket probably that. It's just so stupid. So stupid. Okay, so Morrissey and Carroll both represent the city of Bennington, about 25 miles outside of Manchester. Morrissey has served 13 terms in the Vermont legislature, while Carroll has served 2. Oh, so you feel like somebody maybe like encroaching on your turf or some shit? Fucking weirdo. Hail to small-time republic. He says, hello, Vermont has old hippies that are quite strange. That's fair. That's fair. Captain Have Fun says, hasn't Morrissey always been a crybaby? I don't know. This is the first time I've heard about her, and I'll tell you, it's not a great first impression. I'll tell you that much. Like, the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Stupid, crazy bitch. They're all crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Blech. But anyway, so she had been nasty to him for several months, despite between the two knowing each other since childhood and even attending the same church. I am sick and tired of the petty, squabbling bullshit that we see on a daily basis from these lovely, lovely people we call our leaders. Snail Messiah says, good first impression is when you show them the nuts you have in your fridge. That is fair, sir. That is fair. That is good manners. Be like, you know what? Welcome to my home. Please follow me to the fridge. I would love to show you my dismembered testicles. It's like, trust me, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Yeah. No, that's not hair on them. It's actually a bit of mold. They've been in there for a while now. The loss of D's nuts. Like, did they go to that court case just to make D's nuts jokes? Like, is that the whole reason that they did that? Gosh. Yeah, that's a stupid article. I don't really want to cover that one. That's stupid. So, yeah. I got to see if I can find this other news article I had up. Where the fuck did it go? That was a while ago. That's probably not the one. That's probably not the one. I'm just saying. Okay. Radioactive says, could be worse. They could serve them as Rocky Mountain oysters. Right? Would you like some long pork oysters? Yes, freshly prepared. They've been basting for 2 months.
I think you love my nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what's in the meme pirate bay, shall we? Wow, I haven't checked this in a minute. Hey, check it is. Wow, I see what you did there. Yeah, that's funny. Good job. Kylie Bug 667 from wherever the fuck that was. Yeah, Vince Womack sharing like low quality memes all of a sudden. The fuck? Girls putting on mascara. Word. Word. All right, when you got to babysit, but those kids don't listen. You're damn right. You're damn right. I hope you didn't put the used diapers on your hands for that, Vince. That's really just, that's bad. That's bad, okay? Gosh. When the eel has a maw with a pharyngeal jaw, that's amore. When an eel has a maw with a pharyngeal jaw, that's amore. When the jaws open wide, there's more jaws inside, that's amore. When it soaks in the reef and has 2 sets of teeth, that's amore. Yeah, when the eel bites your thigh and you bleed out and die, that's amore. Gosh, a song. Thank you. Thank you. That was riveting. That was riveting. Yes. This is my favorite fucking one of these ever. You are my drug. Aw, because you can't live without me? No, because you cost too much and you ruin my life. Yes. That's one of my favorite sayings of all time. And actually, that's from my buddy who probably made that because I said that. Who knows? One mentions a show says almost funny. Almost. Just almost, though. Not sure of free time or for just forgetting everything. Yeah, I feel that one, Vince. Like 100%. What is this? Wow, that's great. Let's see what that says. Okay, Svetlana Gruber-Savolik, my lips are for blowing. Your lips are for blowing the penis. I'm doing the job of 3 men, according to this. And that is an insult to the Three Stooges, Vince, and I demand you apologize immediately. Because even Shemp doesn't deserve that. Shemp. I don't remember who. Shemp. Yeah. Shemp? Is that Shemp on the far right? It is. It's not even Curly. I mean, Larry Moe and Shemp. That's not even the right Three Stooges, and you're insulting those guys. Like, Shemp doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. Hey, Mo. Yeah, I love those guys so much. I also loved the fact that was such a big thing in Brains Breaking. Brains Breaking. I'm dropping the join link in the Gilded for anyone who's there. You can come join me because I just decided not to cover the last article that I was supposed to do because it was kind of stupid. But stupid criminals are stupid, but this one wasn't stupid enough to actually make it on the show. He was a great disappointment to not only his family, but everyone who calls themselves a human being. It was just disgraceful. He was like, shame is what the person should feel. Yeah. Anyway, so I've been working on some music and stuff, just saying. And I wanted to share something with you guys that I came up with today. So let me just bring this over here and we'll go to the Suno. Hey, hello, Jason Fox joins us on the panel. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty well, bro.
Cool.
Was on a stream earlier, so
Hell yeah. Ooh. And then we have a Christian Delorme. A wild Christian Delorme appears. Hail, sir.
it's this wanker again. Hey, brother.
It is, and my wrist is killing me.
Yeah, I bet it is. It gets overworked. You need to remember the rest periods in between
I
sessions.
know. Well, hey, when you get the urge, you get the urge, right?
Hey, I guess. Are you still at work, bro?
I'm still at work. I just got back in the yard. Well, again, I started off at 11:20 today. So you came in at 1 at my first stop. That was perfect. And then you showed up as I was leaving my last stop, and I'm in the yard now, but I didn't have a lunch. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm sure Jason's going to be here. So I said, I'm going to go say hi to a couple of great guys.
Hell yeah, it's great to have you.
And I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna joke about that. You can trust me because I'm a good Frenchman. Before I fuck somebody, I kiss them first.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
Well,
Okay, sorry. It was funny in my head.
wow. Yeah, it usually is. Oh my gosh. No, I'm kidding. Make sure you follow and subscribe to Jason over on the YouTube side. And then over on the Rumble side, make sure you follow Christian Delorme's Vinyl Revival. And we're going to go ahead and just bounce right into some music stuff. So I think both of you guys will appreciate what I made today. Okay. It's called Untitled. Yep. It's pretty good. But let me know if you have any sound issues or if you need me to change anything. Okay. Christian, if you need headphones, I don't know what to tell you.
Unfortunately, I just gave my headphones to my wife. They weren't working anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope
so
this
I'm
sounds
just
all right
going
on
with
your
the
speakers.
speaker here.
All right. Well, here we go. And that's all I'll play for right now.
No, that was good. Was that yours or was that Jason's?
That's mine.
Oh, nice. Is that
Yeah.
Is that what we covered on Beats, Tunes, and Rhythm, Beats, and Tunes? Is that like your conceptual album you're making?
No, this is actually going to be a single separate from all of what I've been working on. That one, I've actually already finished a couple verses on it, so I'll probably have that one done in a couple of weeks for release as a single off on the side. I'm still doing a working title on it, so yeah, just saying. Snail Messiah says, I have a sense when you see the end of the new episode of The Sensitive Hulk. It won't when I'm done with it. Trust me on that, bro. John Edgar says, dude, this is quite good. And
Yes, it is.
The same. Thank you. That was a pain in my ass to have to put together. And it's 4 minutes long. It's one of the longest songs I've done to date. If not the longest so far. But
we make music two completely different ways.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I like to let the music inspire me after bending the music to my will. And then Jason literally does true creation. He actually makes music, and then he sings, and then he sees if it's good, and then he does all this other stuff that's like way beyond my skill set. So, like, yeah,
It's like I say, I'm in the middle with the AI, but if you use it the right way, in my opinion, and you can make something good out of it, it
Dude.
can help.
So let's see how much did I go through to make that song? I just want to see real quick. All right, so
I'm going to ask a stupid question. How would I get to Jason's music?
that is a fantastic question, and I will pop on over to YouTube and get that all.
Okay. Because I'm subscribed, Jason, to 54
540 Studios.
540
540.
Studio.
Yeah, we have music there too.
Okay. Because I usually see the notification when you're doing your live streams.
No,
Because you're like me.
Yeah, the solo stuff is on a different channel, a new channel I have. That's my solo music.
Okay.
Sometimes I just like to say that sometimes I hate YouTube. It's not letting me do what I would. Stop changing the interface every 5 fucking minutes. What's wrong with you people? Oh my gosh, it was T. I can't
There
remember.
we go.
Okay.
Vince posted it.
Vince got it. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Vince.
Yes. So at T Shirai KK9ZS.
Yeah, I need to fix that.
Just a little bit, but
you were talking about that this afternoon. You like that name, so you named your channel that.
Yeah, I named the solo project that. I had a different name before, but I just liked the name. It just sounded really nice, and it's based on one of my favorite Star Wars characters and one of my favorite wrestlers. I just put the names together in a way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
At the moment, in the women division, it's Io Sky, and her last name is Shirai.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
My all-time favorite wrestler. That is a hard question. There's so many I like, but Bright White became one of my favorites before he passed away because he did something so different in the industry that have never been really done before. He was like a new Undertaker, but different, and he was so creative, and he created all these characters himself, the storylines himself, and he did so much for the industry. And before that, it was Undertaker, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and all these people. But Bright White, when he was the Fiend and everything, became my favorite because of the stuff that he did in the industry. And luckily now his brother is back in WWE as Uncle Howdy, and they're continuing his legacy with the characters and everything that he created. So
nice.
I'm really excited to see that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, to be honest with you, I haven't watched wrestling since I was 13, 14. Like, I remember, I'm older than you. I'm 52. I remember the first WrestleMania when Hulk Hogan and Mr. T went on to Saturday Night Live. Like, I actually saw that episode live back in the early 80s.
Amazing. That is
amazing. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of being old. You remember shit that nobody else does.
Yeah.
All right.
Sting was one of my favorites too. Sting, of course.
I counted up how many takes it took me to get that 4-minute track, and it was like 72.
Ouch.
72 separate takes inside there to get what I wanted out of a 4-minute track. So, I mean, I kind of
OCD.
I kind of owned the shit out of it. Yeah. Well, you have to with
spend money
AI
on
because
it?
No. I have a year-long subscription for this thing, and Toxic Man Flu funded it, so it's just one of those things where like now I get to play with AI creating music. So yeah, just saying. Anyway, Snail Messiah says, did you hear what the creators of Helldivers did and what the players did? I feel a good story you should have on. Helldivers, huh? Any of you hear what they had to say about that? Like what's going on?
No, I don't play Helldivers, so.
And I follow that from far away. So if Endiamon or Critical Drinker or anybody talks about it, I might watch it, but I don't follow it too much.
Yeah, I feel that. I've never really paid attention to Helldivers or any of that shit. So, I mean, if it's a good story, Snail Messiah, You should cover it yourself, bro. Just saying, make some content, bro. Make some content.
But
Anyway, Christian says also send you a link on Gilded.
thank you, Vince.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vince.
So Snail Messiah says, I watched the Saturday morning wrestling cartoons. Hulk Hogan was the hero. Man, honestly, my favorite wrestler back in the day was Sting. And
Sting was fantastic.
When Sting and Hulk Hogan had their little dramatic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, rivalry, I guess you could say. It was hilarious. I remember the old commercials, like Hulk Hogan is a colorful guy, but his fears are black and white. And then it shows Sting and like,
now,
I'm like, that's so
and
great.
now one of Sting's sons are actually going to start wrestling.
Really? One of the Bordens is still running. Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah. One of not the guy who has the YouTube channel, but the other guy who the other kid who was also in the end when they had the finishing, the last battle for Sting. Wolfpack Sting, the son that was Wolfpack Sting, he's gonna continue wrestling. He talked about, so he's been training for it and everything, and I'm like, that is amazing. And Sting got his final good finish in wrestling. WWE would never have done what they did for him. So All Elite did it perfectly, the way they treated him, and
good.
And then you have Darby, who was his companion, his teammate, tag team. And Darby is one of my favorite in All Elite. He is crazy. And it's weird that he's not dead. He's been driven over by a bus. A bus crashed into him. He's broken his body multiple fucking times. He still lives. And at some point, he's going to go to Mount Everest.
So I think I missed this earlier. John Edgar over on the Rumble side for $2 says, John Edgar here, paying my Rumble respects. Smiley face. Thank you. That was quite a while ago, and I apologize for missing that. But goodness gracious. So Vince Womack actually says, basically stopped watching wrestling with the last WCW show. I was actually the same way. When it boils down to professional wrestling and stuff, WCW was my jam, and I didn't really care for WWF that much. And then once it becomes, WWE and stuff, I will actually agree with what Captain Have Fun says right here, and that's WWE is a live stunt show. I don't understand the hate. Some people who praise John Wick fights say wrestling is fake. And that's one of the things is like, okay, wrestling is choreographed a lot of the time. It's not fake. They plan these things out and they do them so they are professional stuntmen. That's like the stunts that people do in Hollywood movies are still incredibly dangerous. So they have to be in incredibly good shape. So I don't understand the hate regarding professional wrestling either. It just kind of lost its flair for me because it lost some spirit once Vince McMahon actually got his hooks into everything.
Yeah, but now Triple H, has taken over WWE. He's trying to make it better. He's not convinced me yet. Still a long way to go. He does not know how to treat fan favorites because he only picks his own favorites and do not listen to the fans. And I think that's stupid. You should listen to the fans who actually are sharing and paying for this. So he's, pick sharing who he likes. The same thing with Io Sky. She's one of the best female wrestlers out there because one, she's Japanese. Japanese wrestling is more hardcore than WWE will ever be. Because actually, Japanese wrestlers, they actually hit each other. When they train before, they're going to go into the ring, they actually hit each other. They actually do crazy shit. And there are no sexist no sexism or anything in Japan because we have females versus men, and that is crazy fun to see. But she's one of the best wrestlers, and she used to be on SmackDown, and as fast as she went to Raw, Triple H just mistreated her. She lost her title at once. Every storyline she had was just gone, and it's like, yeah, that's what I kind of expected when she went over there, unfortunately, because that's how he is. He picks his favorites.
Hail to the awesome one. That's all I wanted to say real quick. So since we're talking about professional wrestling and we're talking about news, Vince McMahon's been in the news a lot recently over some sex trafficking charges and various things going on like that.
And taking shit from people.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on what's going on with that, Jason?
Well, I think it's good riddance. It's been, not the fucking first time he's been in problem and being fucking creepy, even with his kid, his daughter, with the storylines. He even wanted to kiss her once and weird shit. It was what the fuck. So I'm happy that, he finally got taken out. I'm happy that Triple H took over and the daughter of Vince, is with him, working with this. So the 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 family's still in the business just without him because even the daughter doesn't like her own father, and it kind of says itself. And I love the situation is it might be more people involved. There was also wrestlers. Brock Lesnar is one of them that are in the talks that
Is
might
anyone surprised?
no.
No. No.
So it's that, and when you hear that he apparently liked to take a shit on people, it's like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Like I didn't know he was German. I had no idea he was German. Just
No,
saying.
and now it was in the news I think it was a month ago or something, that he was gonna try to start a new wrestling brand, a new wrestling thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh so Snail Messiah posted some of the what's going on with this Helldivers thing. He said Arrowhead Game Studios commemorated the outcome of this major order by sharing a message. Did I miss one beforehand? No. Okay, so by sharing a message from the children that players saved at Super Citizen Anne's Hospital. Okay. Uh, they donated 4,311 US dollars to a children's hospital as players saved the planet with a children's hospital on it and didn't expect to gain anything from it. Okay. I'm sure there's more to that story, but we'll find out anyway. Captain Have Fun says WWE is the Disney of wrestling. That's
To a
fair.
point, Triple H are trying to get more back into the more R-rated stuff. They started with cussing again, going a little bit more hardcore. At least trying, but he still has a long way to go. So I hope that through the years they will go even harder. And next year they will go over to Netflix also, so it will be worldwide. And there's a lot more stuff they can do with that deal. But again, it's all how Triple H treats his favorites, because he has his favorites, of course, that he picks. And
Well, and so the question here is like, so Triple H has been a big player in the WWE for a really long time.
yeah,
He hasn't had necessarily enough control to affect changes in what we see day to day from this company. But do you believe that he's the leader that this company would need to actually become a media giant again? Because WWE used to be attached to everything. Like there was a
yeah.
WWE
No,
star
he
in
has
every
been
Lionsgate
more
movie, et
open,
cetera, et
at
cetera.
least. He started to be more open and trying to do more stuff and becoming more old days of wrestling. Um, and So he's at least trying, but it's still a far way to go. So I would just need to see how it's gonna go. He still has to convince me. If not, we need someone. Um, and there's a lot of views on the guy who runs All Elite, but I think that he is the right one a good one in the wrestling business, because he does care about his fighters. He cares about everyone. He doesn't cherry pick anyone. He likes everyone and he wants them to have the fights of their lives. Even if they want to be super crazy, he wants them to do what they want, to entertain and do some crazy stuff. And
Yeah, because that's ultimately what it's about. I mean, I
yeah,
really lost a lot of respect for the wrestling industries when it became a hyper steroid induced like soap opera,
yeah,
and I know
yeah,
that Vince McMahon and a lot of that bullshit had a lot to do with that, but sorry.
exactly.
It's
Uh,
just one of those things that's like, you probably would have kept people more hooked if you wouldn't have made it as dramatic. It's a stage show already. You don't need
yeah,
to add like telemundo or telenovela aspects to wrestling. We're
yeah,
here to watch two gigantic men talk shit and beat the crap out of each other. We
I can
don't really
understand that.
care.
And also, I watch a lot, so I see there's just so many wrestlers there who are so stiff. They don't really know what to do anymore. But that's why I like, Io Sky, for example, and the Kabuki Warriors. That's Kari and Uska. They are, also good friends with Io Sky. All of them have been in Japan, wrestling in Japan and stuff. And that's because they know how to deliver. They know how to act. They know how to wrestle. And yeah, they do hurt people. They even get hurt themselves. Auska, what I like with her, she fucked up her foot in the ring after a match. She was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna continue until the end of the match," because this is how normal Japanese wrestlers do. They don't stop even if they're hurt. They continue.
Right.
And so you have some people who are really good at giving the fight, the acting. That's also why I say I don't like Logan Paul as a person or anything like that. But in wrestling, he was born to be a wrestler because one, he knows how to fight, he knows how to do stunts, and he knows how to act in the ring and be a character there. So he was a perfect fit to be a wrestler there instead of doing the other stuff he used to do. Um, and of course, we do have some old wrestlers still. We still have Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton,
Right.
and stuff like that.
Ric Flair.
Man, if Ric Flair comes out of retirement again, like I hope that they don't. I hope that they don't suplex his colostomy bag. That's all I really have to say. But ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to wind down, so I'm going to hit Captain Have Fun's last comment here. He says Triple H really took a gamble. What if he and Stephanie didn't work out? He'd probably still be wrestling in some smaller wrestling promo.
He would not still be wrestling. The thing why he stopped wrestling is because he needed to get a pacemaker.
Pacemaker in his heart, huh?
Yeah, so he's not allowed to wrestle. Yeah, he's not allowed to wrestle. That he can barely work out anymore too, because of that. So
that's definitely a big hit to a guy like him.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're winding down now. So would you guys like to pitch your channels? Start with Jason Fox. Where you at?
Well, of course, as I said earlier, when I was here on the other stream, you can find me on 540 Studio. We're gonna try to do a stream tomorrow instead of Thursday, where we talk about some pop culture stuff, and yeah, that's mostly it. And try to get most of the panelists on. We normally don't do Tuesdays anymore, but since on Thursday, I'm gonna be with Pacific 414, and we're gonna do the whole, Biden versus Trump thing that's going on. And also Wednesday, 5cast, and Friday I will be on Comic Relief Crusaders stream, and maybe Legion Talk News. Depends on if he goes live or not. He's still reworking some stuff. And yeah, just a lot of stuff in the making, a lot of stuff that I'm working on. And, as I always say before we wrap up, I just want you to say again that just remember, people out there, life's too short, make the most of it. And we on this panel, we love you, we appreciate you. And none of us would have been here today if it wasn't for all of you guys out there. So thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the love. It means the world to us.
Hell yeah. Christian, would you like to pitch your stuff over on the Rumble side?
Well, that's a tough act to follow, Jason. Way to go. Put me on a spot like that with such nice words. Way to go, prick. But anyway, I'm just going to pimp my channel, Vinyl Revival. We did a stream yesterday on Rumble. Me and Pope, we covered Steve Miller Band. And basically, we just do music, the good bands from the 70s, the 60s, some of the 80s. And our next stream will be in exactly 13 days on Sunday. We are covering Jimi Hendrix, the late, great Jimi Hendrix.
Nice.
Me, Pope, and a few friends. And we have commentary, and we're nothing fancy. We're just a bunch of dudes who love music. We have a few drinks, and we talk, and we listen to tunes. So if you'd like to follow us, that's great, because one of my main goals and starting my channel is to show to the younger generation that it wasn't all, Britney Spears and stuff like that. It used to be good music once in the past. And I will take from Jason. Thank you for everybody who takes time of their busy days to come and watch a bunch of regular dudes do what they love on Rumble. So there you go, my friends. That is it for me.
Hell yeah. And of course,
I gave you a follow, brother, on Rumble.
Oh, you're a good man. Thank you. I'm up to 23 now.
make sure you guys follow them over on the Rumble side, and make sure that you
26.
subscribe on the
26.
YouTube. Nice. 26, growing ever more.
Growing.
Good job, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button and share this discussion and news stories out. Remember, it's her nuts, and she wanted them in her fridge, not his.
Oh, God.
So it's a problem.
That never gets old.
Never does. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, catch me in a little less than an hour over on Comics Division's channel on YouTube and on Rumble. We're doing the Monday Meltdown. Make sure you catch us there. I will definitely be there, just screwing around, saying stuff that I probably shouldn't, just because that's what I do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is fun. It's a lot of fun breaking the rules, breaking the law. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy. Don't get murdered. And as always, have a wonderful time. For real. I remembered the outro. I just got to push the button. Gosh.